You are eager to move and feel like an athlete again, but you're afraid to because you've been given misinformation, outdated recommendations, flat out lies, all the things that we like to call the nope.
In this series, we will debunk the nope, transform it into hope, allowing you to reclaim your birthright of healthy and athletic.
Don't forget to subscribe and share so that you and your friends are not missing out on any of this content. We want you to become a lifelong athlete. Let's get to it. Hey, Brandy, where are you? What's today's nope?
My lifting technique is dangerous and is going to create injury.
Hot take. Lifting technique does not create injury. The load, the intensity, the volume is what creates that injury. You could be using sloppy technique, quoted, sloppy technique, because technique depends on the intention, and not get hurt if it's low load. The caveat is for performance and efficiency, technique does matter, but it's all about the intention. And that's what we're going to cover today in this video. We're going to talk about some common cues that are typically thrown out of, this is a bad exercise, you're doing it wrong, the technique police. Brandy's going to show us a classic Bulgarian split squat. Leg elevated. She's going to do the first one, and she's actually going to drop her chest down. She's going to hinge forward and then go ahead and do that squat. So people would say, oh my gosh, you're doing that wrong, your chest isn't up, you're going to hurt your back. What if the intention of having the chest forward was to more load the posterior chain to get the glutes, hamstrings, and low back muscles stronger? That means the technique's not bad, depending on what the intention is. So let's say we want to load Brandy's quad a bit more, we want to bias that. So how we're going to adapt that movement is by keeping your chest up so that the quad has to work harder in this movement. Again, the technique depends on what the intention is. If our intention is to load the posterior chain, then this may not be the best technique for us to use. But if we want to load the posterior chain, boom, let's dive forward and load it that way. Another technique that we commonly hear is the knee going over the toe. You should be doing it or it's dangerous. Well, what is it? Well, it depends on the intention. If we want to drive the knee forward, we're going to make this a more quad dominant movement. If we don't want to load the quad as much, we're not going to drive the knee out as far in front of the toe. Again, it depends on intention. Last cue, number 3 that we hear is head position. You have to look up as you're going to lift. Do you know where this cue comes from? It's actually meant for your eyeballs to look up and your head to remain neutral, because when you look up, you activate the vestibular spinal tract, which tells your postural stabilizer that it's time to contract. So that's where that cue comes from. Of maybe it gives you that little extra percentage of stabilization, but it doesn't mean cranking the head up as you're doing the lift. It means the eyes. So again, technique is not related to injury. And you can read through this study to learn more about that. But technique is related to efficiency and performance, but we have to dive into the nuance of what is the intention and what is the goal of doing a movement in a particular way.
If you have heard any of this nope in your journey of being a lifelong athlete, it's time to turn it into hope. We are here to empower you to get out of the nope, replace it with hope, and help you to reclaim your birthright of healthy and athletic.
In this video, we busted some myths, updated your education, showed you some of our favorite movements, external loading, but at best, that's only half the equation. The other half is internal load, how we adapt to it. We don't just specialize in movement, but how we actually adapt to it to become lifelong athletes.
We can't wait to coach you if you're interested, so head over to hopenotnope.org and we'll see you there.